All right, we're excited to tell you about a new coverage commitment that we're making here at WFXR News. It's called On the Farm. Now, from time to time, we look at how we cover news so we can do a better job of serving you. Because our area is so rich in agriculture, from livestock to crop farming to fruit and vineyards, and because it also affects the basic pocketbook issues that impact every one of us, we felt it deserved a little bit more attention. So look for us to provide more coverage of local agriculture with an eye on how it impacts consumers. And we'll have a focus special. It's called On the Farm segment every Friday here on WFXR News at 6. Now, you might be wondering who's going to be bringing us the On the Farm segments. Well, you know him from his Outdoors Bound coverage, our own George Noliff. Hey, George.
Hey, Drew. In addition to Outdoors Bound, we're adding On the Farm to the list, and I am happy to do it. When the bosses came to me, Drew, asked what I knew about farming, I said pretty much nothing. But that's probably a good thing, because I'm going to ask the questions a non-farmer would ask, and that's going to help us all understand things a little bit better. How y'all doing there, folks? Some of the best stories start with the question, did you know? In this case, a local cooperative extension agent asked me, did you know Virginia is one of the top beef cattle producers in the country? I did not, but now I do, and I have a better idea of what cattle farmers are dealing with too.
Saturday morning at the Spring Lake Stockyard, and the trucks are pulling in. One by one, cattle is offloaded from each trailer. Each animal is registered and weighed. Then, in something reminiscent of the Old West, the cows and bulls and steers are herded into pens until it's time for the auction.
We just drop them off, weigh them, and wait for them to weigh them this afternoon, I guess.
We generally average between 800 to 1,000 head of cattle each week.
Hey, look around here, boys. We're dropping a pound on there.
The auction at Spring Lake takes place every Saturday, but this scene plays out at stockyards across the Commonwealth on an almost daily basis. When you think cattle, you probably think out west, maybe Texas or Wyoming or the Dakotas. But Virginia is the 18th largest beef cattle producer in the country. And Bedford County, where this auction's held, is a prime example of why.
We've got large acreages of pasture and hayland to run these cattle on. Also, proximity to markets. We have livestock auctions in easy commuting distance for our livestock producers to take their animals to market.
We've got lots of streams and waters to keep them all watered, and that's the main thing. If you have some green hills and some good waterways, that's what produces good cattle.
Right now, Virginia beef cattle farmers are getting good prices for their livestock, and prices are holding steady. But the price of everything else, inflation, is cutting into the bottom line.
19, 20, 39, 39, 39, 20, 30, 30, 30, 39, 20, 30.
You know, our prices are not matching up with the fertilizer costs and, you know, the other costs, fuel costs. We've been behind the 8 ball as far as, you know, the expenses to produce.
The high price of fuel and high price of fertilizer for sure. A lot of pastures and hayland weren't fertilized this year because of the cost of it. More than doubled from 2021.
That fertilizer issue could lead to a feed shortage, and that could mean some Virginia farmers will have to sell off stock that they'd normally hold on to. Despite that and other issues, cattle farmers say dealing with obstacles just comes with the territory.
And we've done that in the past. We worked through droughts and we worked through floods, but we've never had fuel as high as it is. So you know, prices are going to be up and going to have to stay up a while.
A farmer wears a lot of hats. He doesn't have one hat. He has to change them all the time. He has to be a businessman, an accountant, a crop farmer, and still be a tender to his cattle also.
You need to just keep buying beef and, you know, buy it whatever you can afford.
$60, $50 too high, $40 too high, $40, $30.
Well, a lot of the beef cattle here in Virginia are raised to just beyond calf age, then sold and shipped out west to fatten up and mature. Now, here's the catch to that. A lot of places out west are dealing with severe drought. That could mean less feed to sustain herds, and that could have an impact on the price for and numbers of Virginia cattle sold in the future. So we're going to keep an eye on that.
All right, George, so I got to ask, can consumers buy direct from those cattle farmers?
Yeah, a lot of farmers will do that, but don't expect to just buy a steak or a roast. You're talking about buying at least a quarter of the cow.
Wow.
However, if, say, 2 or 3 families go in on a purchase, the cost savings can be incredible. Plus, you're investing in a local farm, and strong local farms make strong local economies. Drew?
All right, George, he's outdoors bound. Now he's on the farm. Thank you.